Welcome to Season 7, the NGO Grit. This season, Just Talk Therapy podcast brings you the stories of some amazing people who dedicated their time, money, energy, etc. selflessly, just for a cause. They held humanity first and thus made a difference in the society in their own ways. Today, we have a dynamic guest with us, Ms. Renée Grace, and she is residing in Hyderabad currently. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Hey, thank you so much, Hina. Thank you for having me over your show.
Thank you for your time. And if you could just share something about yourself and your NGO to our listeners.
Absolutely. My name is Renee Grace. I'm residing in Hyderabad for the last 22 years. I'm working for a corporate as a HR for the last 9 years, and founded my own NGO wherein I believe that this is the purpose of my life. When we founded, Dignity Drive Foundation back in 2016, 2017, we were just, into women empowerment, about, menstrual health management, why is education important to women, why should the women be financially independent, what is domestic violence, and then, we were talking about women rights, laws, and then, why should a woman be financially independent, so on and so forth. Later, we have spread our wings into, other sectors as well, wherein we've been helping, students who are underprivileged, who have good score in their 10th or, intermediate, and we were helping those students to, pursue their higher education through our donors. Also, we were helping, children and, underprivileged group who have, some medical ailments and who were approaching us, and we were helping in um, by paying their financial by paying money to the medical expenses in the hospitals, and also we've been doing other things like food distribution, groceries distribution, sanitary napkins distribution to the underprivileged, talking about the sustainable, living to the underprivileged, so on and so forth. Um, so by counseling, I mean by just bringing awareness across Hyderabad, Telangana, as in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, we have covered more than 30,000 students in 2000 between 2017 to 2019. During COVID, we were able to touch more than 10,000 lives, 10,000 families only in 2020 across Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. So it was, God's sheer grace, and by the support of donors and supporters of Dignity Drive Foundation, we could do whatever we could do to the underprivileged people.
So, when you had spoken about the medical ailment part that you provide for the
Financial aid.
financial
Yeah.
aid for people to recover or if they are sick and all. So, did you
Mhm.
find this in COVID also? Were you helping
Yes.
people in that?
Yes, absolutely. We were supporting, we've been supporting two cancer patients, from 2019. And even during COVID period, we've been supporting those two cancer patients religiously. We've also found many medical cases, which were pending, because the hospitals were, completely filled with COVID patients, right?
Right.
So there, for example, if there is a cancer patient or a dialysis patient, their treatment got stuck. These were, some of the, sad scenarios which we faced during pandemic. And we had to, make sure, they are on their maintenance so that, entire treatment part doesn't get affected, and they are on their, medical um, mm, what do we say, maintenance till they are back to the hospital and go for further treatments. Yes, we have seen many cases during the pandemic, and with God's sheer grace, we could help many of them. Yeah,
Thank you for being there for all those families, especially during pandemic, because it was very scary and things just collapsed at those moments.
indeed. Yes, it is God's grace, ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. And tell me, Renee, that when you were doing all this work, the social sector, how did you
Mhm.
step into this sector?
While I was in corporate, you're saying?
Um, Especially working for the needy people.
Yeah. Um, Working for the needy people, it has always been my vision. That when I do something for the needy, that's where I find the peace in life. That's where I found myself when I was helping. I don't say it's helping. It's more of responsibility, which I feel, which I felt always, right? And I've been, searching for the purpose of my life when I was just in 10th standard. That's when I started praying, to the supreme power, which I believe in, asking for the purpose of my life. I found the peace, I found myself, I found God's love when I was actually helping the poor and the needy, Hina. And I believe that I'm born to do this, and hence I have chosen the path what I have chosen. And it was God's sheer mercy and His grace that I along with my team were able to touch so many lives, with zero expectations. Yeah,
So you're all set, and now you are pursuing the vision with a mission.
correct. Yes.
Lovely. And did you feel or did you had any low moments during this journey? And if so, how did you cope?
Yeah. When when we are in NGO sector, Hina, what I observed was even when I was not running an NGO, it was a common thing. Of course, it is a common thing still. Bugs the minds of the people that whether we are going to give or whether we are going to be helpful for the right beneficiary, whether this NGO actually works for the right beneficiaries without messing up with the money which the donors are sending, right? So there are such kind of um, people whom we had to face during this period, right? um, but by our good work, with our with keeping up the transparency of fund transfers, from directly from the donors to the beneficiaries, what we chose. That's a path we have chosen, so that there'll be much transparency, honesty, and candidness while they are sharing their own hard work, hard-earned money. Right. So those were some of the very sensitive things which we have faced during this entire journey. But again, through our plans, through our strategical moves of how we should be really be transparent, in regards to the funding part, right?
Right.
We have actually chosen that kind of path wherein we show how much they have transferred and how much we are spending on the beneficiary by submitting direct bills from the vendor to the donors, from the donors to the beneficiaries. That's how we manage the entire part, Hina. And we are really happy that our donors, whoever are there with DDF from 2017 till date, they are being extremely, I can call them as a loyal tribe. So yeah, it might be a low point, or it might be something which which bothered us for a very brief period, but which we overcame, winning. Yeah.
And that was only possible because you all held this thing as an important and as a priority
Yes,
because it's like it can make or break your NGO.
true that,
Every effort.
true that, true that.
Yeah, and during this these low moments, or otherwise the hardships that one faces while doing the NGO work, what was your support system?
It has always been family and friends, Hina.
Mm-hmm.
While I was completely immersed, involved with all the NGO work, they kept me sane, by not losing touch with me. I'm
Okay.
somebody who doesn't pick the calls or, don't reply to the messages immediately if I feel that, okay, it is not important or that person can wait or this is something which don't need my attention immediately. Somehow, it's not ignoring again. It's just that, I make people wait, and my people who love me, who believed in my vision along with me, they were always there with me. They kept me sane during this entire, journey, Hina. So I'll forever be grateful to the people who love me, my family and friends. Yeah,
Hats off to all those people who were there to support you so that
true.
you can support so many people,
Yeah,
in your life.
I feel blessed. Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. And I am being honored that
Thank
I'm,
you.
interviewing you.
Oh, thank you so much. That's a pleasure, ma'am.
No. And tell me if you could share your social media link with people so that they can connect with you in case if they would like to know more about your organization and or want to contribute in your mission.
Absolutely. I'll be sharing my FB and Instagram accounts, so links with you.
Okay. So if you could just share one of them right now.
It's Renee Grace in Instagram account and the same in Facebook also. It's RENEE Grace, GRACE.
Okay. So
Yeah,
everyone who would like to connect with ma'am, do check out her Instagram and Facebook page to know more about her work. And any
absolutely.
message you would like to share, especially to the youth and youngsters.
Absolutely. So I see that, there are many youngsters, right, who love to volunteer, who hesitate to in the initial stages, and once they see, once they're onto the field, somehow after a few days, I see that the N2 goes down, Hina.
Hmm.
So the message from me to the youngsters is hold on there when you feel that you are losing that part of you, or that you feel at one point of time that you are being too kind to the unkind world. Hold on there. Please understand that whatever you're seeing, whatever you're going through while you're volunteering on the field or offline, it is all temporary. There'll always be something behind the people who act weirdly or who act funny, or might be there'll be people who will um, discount you on the work which you've been doing, or people who don't respect you, right? I recommend all you people to hold on there and actually understand why you've been doing what you've been doing to the underprivileged people. It will always come back to you. The good will always come back to you. Be kind, be compassionate, because this is a world where we are living. When the pandemic did hit all of us, it did hit all of us in a very hard way. Be
True.
it rich, be it poor, be you are in a great level, whether you are in a you're just a grade 4 employee. It really didn't matter to the pandemic. you know it did rain its cruelty on everyone in the same way. So we should understand that life is short, life is beautiful, and we make it complicated. So don't make it complicated. Just be kind. Believe that your kindness will come back to you, and it will make somebody smile. And if your kindness makes someone smile, that's it. You won that day. So hold on there, hold on to hope, have, faith in what you're doing, and just be kind and compassionate as much as you can.
So it's like one should believe in themselves and hold on to their good work because
Correct.
kindness does not go in vain. It
Correct.
always comes back in some ways.
Yep.
Thank you for that wonderful advice and a reminder also for all of us. And before we end the session, would like to know if you have any memory like to share.
Yeah, absolutely. I was in Guntur. I got stuck in Guntur, which is state. I mean, which is in Andhra Pradesh. Guntur is in Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
I had to travel there during pandemic because my both my kids were stuck in Vijayawada. So from Hyderabad, I traveled to Guntur, and I never operated any kind of activities, DDF activities, Dignity Drive Foundation's activities from any other state. I went to Guntur and I got stuck there, Hina.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's when, I started, doing small surveys, wherein the maid had stopped coming, to my aunt's place. And then, I happened to ask, her ki what happened and all that. So through her, I got to know that, many families got stranded, there were migrants going from one place to another, all the chaos, like, right? I was
Right.
listening. That's how I got connected to the collector office, and I got to work with, some of the very, very good IAS officers, when I was in Guntur. I operated my entire DDF activity sitting in Guntur. Uh, mm, sitting in Guntur along with five of my directors who were sitting in, two of them in US and one of them in Gujarat and one of them in Hyderabad. So that during that time, one morning, I happened to go to, one of the places where all the Biharis, right? They were all stranded at one place. Government gave them, a place for them to, like
To,
stay for a night kind of thing.
mm-hmm.
In the early morning, I went there and I saw that there were like almost all like 50, 60 families. All of them were in the tents which they bought, and they were just under, those tents, um, just taking, some rest from all the walk they've been doing, right? They were
Right.
coming all the way from Visakhapatnam.
Oh,
Um, yeah.
that's a long
So
way.
yeah, yeah. So they almost walked almost 370 plus kilometers already, when they reached Guntur. So they were like kids, they were like youngsters, they were like girls, families, and all of them. They were like at one place, and I happened to go there. And when I went there, I also bought some chocolates for my kids, and there were like a carton box of chocolates which I always carry generally. Sorry, biscuit packets, because I have this habit of giving biscuit packets to the beggars at the traffic junctions and all. So I always carry a box of biscuit packets in my car always. So there were like very few remaining. I distributed, to the children over there, and there, those children, when they saw me, they were like so happy to see me, and they welcomed me. And then they said, "Akka, there are few more, children who would like to, take these chocolates." I said, "I promise, I'll be coming after my logout in the night, and I'll come along with the chocolates." So after that, in the night after my logout, I happened to again go back to the same place, and I saw all of them, coming my way, and they took the chocolates. They
Oh,
asked me whether I had my dinner. They were like happily smiling me. We all sat on the ground and we shared each other's stories. And then we had a good, I don't know, connect. I almost spent more than an hour sitting on the ground, and we shared our stories. That is something which warmed my heart, Hina. That made me realize, how human connections are. If we just smile and say hello to, anybody who is in need, right? We get pure form of love and sincere love, from those people. That is the reason I keep, saying whether it's good, bad, don't judge the person. Just be there, just smile, just say hello, and say that, I'm there for you. It matters a lot, and if you're putting a smile on someone's face, it really lightens up their world and also our world. That's how
Absolutely.
human connections are, right? Yeah.
Listening to you also, I can relate to it and I can just feel how happy those kids
Kids were
especially must have.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to share some pictures with you. I still
Most
remember their faces.
welcome.
Yes, thank you. Yeah,
Because the journey they had taken and then to find somebody just to talk to them
correct.
normally
Exactly.
is like it makes a huge difference.
Huge difference. Absolutely. Yeah.
And imagine what they must have gone through, yet they could just smile out of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. But that's where, the broken lives, that's where the light comes in. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
That's true. And anything you would like to say before we end?
Thank you so much for this opportunity, Hina. It's great to share, these stories with someone. We lived those moments, but now we are, rewinding those moments. It's like living twice. Having said that, pain, if we are choosing to live in pain, the pain grows. But if we choose to live in love, the love grows, and we can spread that love always, right? So thank you so much for the opportunity. It's great to share, our COVID journey with you and your team, and with all the listeners.
It's great to listen to the kind of work Dignity Drive Foundation is doing and the entire, volunteers, the donors, and also the beneficiaries, they all are
Absolutely,
connecting.
absolutely, yes.
It's with Grace that Renee Grace has shared her story. That is,
Very sweet of you. Thank you.
and I hope you keep spreading the love, the happiness, the joy, and the peace that your work brings in your life and in others' life.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I wish you also all the best. And
Thanks a lot.
I thank your listeners on behalf of my team.
Thank you and take care.
Thank you so much, Hina.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Welcome. Bye. This is Ms. Renée Grace with her NGO Dignity Drive Foundation. She found peace and happiness as she pursued the purpose of life, which is to help the needy and provide them a dignified life. Her work strengthened as she channelized the intentions of her donors to the beneficiaries through her team and the set of volunteers. The kind of work she is doing is though tough, but her grit to keep on moving ahead and expanding her work so as to make a difference in the lives of many people is worth a mention and appreciation. Her word of advice that to be kind to others is a reminder for all of us, especially after pandemic. So let's learn from her journey and connect with her to strengthen their efforts. With this hope that together we all can bring a difference in the society and make the change so as to make it a better place for the coming generation, I end today's episode. Hope to connect with you same time with another guest and their amazing story. Till then, take care and be safe. Bye.